Hey, this is Sam. I'm reaching out in regards to your property on 8813.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if you're open to selling. I texted you. You you replied. You said make an offer. Just wanted to see what the story was. I know it was taken off the market. Um, were you just not getting the price that you wanted, or what happened?
We set the price fairly high against our agent's wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because we thought that the spring would be a better time to sell anyway, so we just rolled the dice in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have an agent. We're getting ready to list probably next Wednesday. So it's not settled on the exact price yet.
Okay,
And we've not signed up for the second go round.
I see. Okay. I mean, let's say if you were to sell it right now, what kind of price would you be looking to get for it?
And that's what I'm saying. We've not decided yet,
Uh-huh.
but I was willing to entertain an offer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to come in and offend you. That's why I want to see like what is something that you would be willing to even accept or even negotiate, upon. I know you listed it for, I believe, like 1.180. Is that
Yeah.
correct before?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Were the offers just way off, or you just weren't negotiable?
Pardon me?
Were the offers like way off? Were they just very low, or were you just not very flexible on the price at all?
We weren't flexible on the price at that time.
I see. Okay. So if I were to come in at that price, would uh would we be able to move forward, or
Yeah.
yeah? Okay. Okay. Is it vacant right now? Is it occupied? What's the story looking like behind it?
It's vacant right now.
Okay. And you guys are just purchasing another house, like moving out, or
Yeah.
okay, I see. Gotcha. And it sounds like you're not in too much of a hurry to even sell. You just really want the price that you listed it for, right?
Or similar, yeah.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I mean, main reason why I ask, do you happen to have a mortgage on the property, or is just
Yeah.
owned outright?
Yes,
Okay.
we did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you were you able to take care, take advantage of those low interest rates prior to this market, changing up?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if I were to come in at full asking price, would you be possibly open to taking a down payment and monthly payments on your equity? Is that something that you would consider, or
Uh, I would just have to see it in writing, what that would look like.
yeah? And your current mortgage would basically be taking that over. So I would leave it in your name, but I would make payments behalf of it instead of me going out and getting a new mortgage at these higher interest rates. Um, if that is something that you're open to, I can definitely protect you on it. So it takes the risk off of your end of me possibly defaulting.
And how much down?
So typically, I would like to come in a perfect world with as little as I can. That way I can maximize the velocity of my money and purchase as many properties as I can. But what would be like a reasonable down payment that would excite you?
Once again, I think you would just have to make an offer.
Hmm. So the only reason why I ask is, let's say if I were to just say 10,000 or something, it's going to sound ridiculous to you. So I don't want to be completely far off.
Right.
See, typically I go anywhere between 5 to 10% down on the properties that I purchase, just because it would benefit me more than a bank. I would turn you into the bank initially, and
Right.
I would give you the interest or the benefit, on that side. That way, instead of the bank just always, making all the money in each transaction, I can make the seller since you are taking the initiative of becoming the bank, I would honestly just give you the benefit of doubt of making the money. So,
And what are your terms typically like on the equity part of it?
so as long as I can cash flow, I'm able to work with you guys on terms. I would love it to be as long as I possibly can get it. However, that's not always reasonable. And if you have a shorter time frame, then we would be able to set up a balloon payment. So it all depends on your situation. That's why I don't mean to be nosy or anything. That's why I ask you these questions, and that way I can see what your preference is looking like and where you need to be, so I can actually underwrite something and present an offer to you possibly, and that way you could at least take a look at it and see if that's something that you would consider or not.
Okay.
So as far as the length goes, what would you be comfortable with?
I don't know. I would just have to put pen to paper and see where we're at.
You would have to what?
I would just have to run the numbers and see where we are.
Okay. I mean, do you want to just let the thought sit, have a couple of questions for me, and then I could possibly get the info I need to underwrite the deal and present something to you? Or even if you want to speak to your realtor or whatever you want to do, have any questions, if you don't want to go ahead and move forward on this right now, that's completely fine with me. I'm not in any kind of rush, and neither are you, so it's completely up to you.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw this option out there and see if there's something that you'd be willing to, even take a look at and consider. Since this property was taken off, I figured maybe you weren't getting the price that you wanted. Maybe I can work out a win-win, and see where things go. That's all.
Right. Okay.
Because I know in this situation, most of the sellers right now, they're getting bombarded by wholesalers and investors. They get lowballed drastically, and I completely understand the sellers. That's why I'm not really even listing any of my properties for sale. So I'm trying to just make a win-win where both parties are benefiting from this. So if that is something that you'd consider, I could definitely reach back out to you, and then we could, move on from there. I can answer more questions and get some info as far as underwriting the deal, so I can show you an offer that you could take a look at on paper.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. What was your name, sir?
Charles?
Charles. I'm Sam. When is a better time to reach out to you? That way you could at least think this over, and then we could, take it on from there.
Probably Friday.
Friday. Okay. What time Friday?
Anytime.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Speak to you soon then, Charles. You have a great day.
And if you want to text me anything, you've got my cell number too. If you want to text anything, on what it might look like.
As of right now, I would love to tell you, but I have no information. I have no idea what your mortgage is looking like, what your PITI interest, what kind of down payment you'd like, what kind of terms are. So I have absolutely nothing. It's a blank slate.
Sure.
So just think this over, and if you think that it might be too risky on your end, most of my sellers that I actually go this route with, I protect them with a performance deed, and I can explain that all to you on Friday, or even if you want to take a look at it, I can show you, and it'll basically make a lot more sense to you then compared to now. So.
Okay.
So yeah, let me speak to you on Friday, and then we'll take things from there.
Okay. Thank you
All right.
for the call.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.